Hey, how's it going, Scorpio? Welcome to your reading. My name is Indra. I will see you in just a second. Stay with me. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, Scorpio. I have just shuffled your cards and we're about ready to go. If you've never viewed me before, as I said before, my name is Indra Montes. I am a new YouTube channel for tarot here on YouTube. And yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here with me. Before we get to it, I would just like to extend a hand out and say, if there's anything you would like me to pray for, obviously pray for yourself, your family, etc., or whatever. Just let me know in the comments. I'm trying to make it a part of my kind of spiritual practice, to just pray for people, right? So just give me a quick little sort of explanation what you'd like me to pray for, etc. Maybe a brief summary, maybe your name, your first name. Yeah, and I will definitely do that for you. Okay, so obviously take what resonates. This is a general reading. Today we'll be doing a Celtic cross spread, and let's just get to it, shall we? I think I'm forgetting to say something, but there we go. We'll just get on with it. Oh, two wanted to come out there. Okie dokie. So on the bottom of the deck, ooh, oofed. We have Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Fast movement incoming. You could be experiencing more flow in your life, more action, taking more action. You might feel very connected right now. You might feel like it's kind of just a magical time. Ooh, that's lovely. I don't read reversals, so we'll just ignore that. Wow, how awesome! This reading is freaking awesome. Okay, interesting. Got some really interesting elements to it. Let's see what we have for you. Let's see what Spirit has today in this now. In this now. Okay, so I'm just gonna sort of tap into it briefly, kind of get a general vibe, and then we'll go deeper. So we've got the Sun for your current energy. We've got the Devil crossing. How freaking awesome! That's so interesting. Wow, super like very polarized energies, one on top of each other. For the basis of the reading, we have Four of Pentacles. Could be to do with your career, material things. For the past, for the recent past, we've got the Star. You felt guided, perhaps. Okay. We'll ignore those for a moment. I'm in the habit of kind of reading this one next, for now. Kind of experimenting right now, with kind of how I do my readings. I am a new tarot reader myself, so it's very much sort of open to experimentation at this stage. So in the near future, we have the King of Swords. Okay. So for yourself, we have the Three of Wands. Ships coming in, good things coming in. Five of Swords. For the air of self, you might have had a sort of conflict with someone recently, and sort of said your goodbyes to someone and sort of put an end to something in your environment. Two of Cups for your hopes and fears. Okay, could be some sort of something connected with maybe love here, perhaps. Not for everyone. Okay, in your let's get to these now. So your potential outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. Very good. Success. Independence. And we have the Three of Cups for your outcome. Okay, Three of Cups. Celebration. Time of celebration. Could be uh, could be getting together in a small group of people, perhaps. Could be sort of harvest. Okay, interesting. So let's get to it. So for the sun, for the current energies that you're experiencing, we have the sun. Oof, that's lovely. The Sun is number 19 in the Major Arcana. It is often said that it is the best card in the tarot. I know that's a big claim. So the Sun, it can represent happiness, joy, positivity, a burst of energy, abundant energy even, and success, overwhelming success. Light in general. You could be experiencing a lot of joy, a lot of lightness, a sort of higher density, if you will. Um, you feel like things are flowing really nicely at the moment, with just in general the way your life is, how you're experiencing and living your day-to-day life. Obviously, Major Arcana. Let's go through that a moment. So, a Major Arcana. We've got a few Major Arcana here. It's worth noting. The Major Arcana, my understanding of it is that it's the difference between Major Arcana and Minor Arcana is that the Major Arcana kind of represents in a spread anyway, that it can represent kind of like a big event in your life, whereas the minor kind of focuses on the kind of like mundane day-to-day stuff. Okay, so yeah, a lot of energy here. Definitely you're feeling like this is just a magical time for you right now, that things can just happen. You're feeling a lot of inspiration. As I said to you before, a lot of energy. Might be feeling very uplifted in general. You might be jumping out of bed, can't wait for the day type thing, type energy. Okay. Now, for the energy that is either helping or hindering you, we have the devil. Okay. And that was that. I forgot to pray. That was the thing I forgot to do. Good time to pray when the devil's about. Let's just take a moment to pray, okay? I will be doing it in silence. I encourage you to join me. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, the devil. The devil in your current in your crossing energy. It could just be that. I mean, me personally, I'll speak for me. Right now, I'm experiencing so much like positivity and empowerment and energy and healing, and I just feel like my life is progressing. But on the flip side, I've been it's been brought to my attention that there's like these energies, these dark energies from the lower, let's just say the lower, okay, um, trying to sort of bring the mood down. So it could just be that you're experiencing your fair share of that. Maybe past connections are trying to sort of worm their way back in, or potential like old habits that you felt like you'd left behind. Maybe they're resurfacing in some way and trying to kind of like lead you astray. Although we can't really ever be led astray per se, because really everything is perfect, and everything that we go through is ultimately for our benefit in the long run. Obviously, if you die a gruesome death, well, guess what? You don't die, because you're an eternal, immortal spirit. You are God, essentially. You are one with God, which means you're equivalent of being God. So the source is within you. So therefore, anything that you go experience over many different lives, it will be for your benefit and for your own experience, for your own growth, even. So it's important to remember that. Apologies for any noise you might hear in the background, by the way. That's my family. So yeah, just wanted to say that. So hmm, let's just hop into some more. So we got the devil. I just feel like as well for some of you, it could be. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That does correspond to what I just said. So So obviously on the one side you've got the devil energy trying to sort of like pull you down, but that's because it's literally a time of you overcoming the devil. That's what I want to say. So of course, like, as you're overcoming the devil, you know, it tries to sort of fight back, right? It tries to sort of uh, pull you back down. So it just seems to me it's overall a positive thing, um, that you are overcoming this energy, right? Um, but I do have a message for you, and that is, yeah, just hmm, what was it now? It came to me, and now it's gone for a moment. Yeah, just don't worry about it. Honestly, just that was it. So just keep focused on the sun. Keep focused on the sun. Keep focused on the light. Uh, Focus on what it is you wish to see in the world. Okay, and then the rest will fall away. In time. If you stick to that long enough and you're diligent enough about it, then it will just dissipate, and there's nothing that it can do. The thing about, like, say, bullies and stuff, even I'm not necessarily picking up bullies for you. I'm not picking it up for you, but yeah, bullies, they just want attention. They want to live in your head rent free, right? So, the devil overall, it just wants to live in your head, right? It wants to infiltrate your mind. So, something's coming to me right now, like Wayne Dyer and maybe even like Louise Hay. Like, they all teach you that they're two. If you don't know them, they're two really popular, important, like, spiritual teachers. They're both passed away now, but yeah, check out their work because they teach. They One of their main messages is talking about the power of thought, and if you can get the right thoughts consistently and you can affirm the right things, then your life will transform. So I just feel like it's maybe a message for you right now to kind of become more aware of your thoughts, and just kind of like the devil trying to infiltrate your thoughts and give you negative thoughts, etc. And we all go through that. You're not special, in that sense. You're special, but you're not special in that sense. Okay. So for the basis of the excuse me, for the basis of the reading, we have the Four of Pentacles. I've been getting this card a lot lately, actually. I swear it's been like at least over half my reading so far for the channel. So for the basis of your reading, hmm, so the Four of Pentacles, it can represent, excuse me, accumulation of, like, material wealth, etc. Kind of hoarding, not necessarily in a negative way. Um, it could also represent mm, stability, conservatism. Mm, what was the other two? I'm trying to remember now. The material world in general. So I just feel like it's to do with kind of, it could very well be talking about your overall kind of life in general from, like, a material perspective. Um, so it could be to do with, like, your career, like maybe you're making progress with your oh, that's what I'm getting. It's to do with grounding as well. So you can see here that he's literally, so you've got the Four Pentacles here, okay, and he's hugging the pentacle, but he's also got both his feet planted firmly on the pentacle energy, as in the earth, okay. So that's why it's also a card of stability, because he's planted firmly on the earth, right? So it could very well be to do with, obviously, career, etc., maybe even family life. But I just feel like there's a message here in general for, like, the power of grounding right now and being grounded. And obviously with the devil energy, that's extra important to feel grounded, because that's the devil honestly tries to really, like, get you in the mind. So the best way to, like, be able to manage your thoughts, etc., your mind, is to be also grounded. So yeah, there might be a message here to kind of uh, spend time in nature, as cliche as that sounds, but it's don't ignore the simple. Okay, that's the first mistake a lot of people make. They think, oh, it can't be that simple. But no, it really can be that simple for sometimes. And yeah, I mean, you can ground, you can walk, any way you can be centered and kind of balanced. There might be a message here of being balanced as well, because because obviously he's grounded. Okay, he's also stable and he's balanced. Okay, he is he's planted his feet firmly on the ground, and that's a balancing effect. If you stand up while your feet are firmly planted on the ground, it can really promote um, balance. Okay. Okay, so in the recent past, we've got the star. Now, the star is, sorry, the recent past placement can represent something that you have been through recently, but more than likely is kind of over and done with now, and you can kind of move on from it. Okay, so with the star can represent regeneration. It can represent having hope in kind of like your life and your future and your overall outlook. It can represent your North Star, as in like the guiding light that guides you um, day to day, week to week, year by year. The thing that you came here to do and accomplish, essentially, or experience even, you know. It can represent having faith in the universe and in God, and it can also represent being inspired. Hmm. So I feel like in the recent past, you maybe were kind of straying a little bit, and you weren't exactly sure where this ride was going to take you. And maybe that brought a lot of like kind of angst and maybe frustration and anxiety, etc. But I just feel like those days are over now, and I feel like you can move forward. You can feel safe in the knowing that the universe has your back, and that you are going places. You are being guided, day by day, week to week, month to month, year by year. And so, yeah, I just feel like those days of being kind of feeling lost are behind you, and you can just feel assured, and you're going to experience a lot more kind of stability in yourself, in the universe, etc., with your work, with your purpose, etc. It could be talking about your purpose. So this is also a card of purpose, okay, life's mission, right? And so in the past, yeah, you doubted what your mission was. You were doubting if, like, will I ever find my life goals and stuff, my life purpose? But I do feel like you had a kind of a burst of, well, a burst, yeah, but like more of like a real kind of I want to say event, but it's not really an event, a moment, right? You had a real strong moment recently where you just felt like those days were behind you. Okay, so in the near future, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a card of being stern. So the King of Swords is stern. He has clarity of mind. So I feel like here you know now where you want to go. Or sorry, not here necessarily, but I feel like you're going to get more and more clarity in the near future about the direction in which to go in. Okay. Let's see. Let's go through the other possibilities. So yeah, it can represent being having clarity of mind. It can represent so the King of Swords is also logical. He's disciplined, and he's also a critical thinker. I don't really feel like it's talking about that here. What I do think about here is the butterfly. So he's got lots of butterflies on his throne in the background, right? And so it's interesting, the King of Swords, because he is known to be stern, okay, and take no, crap. But also, he ironically has the butterfly here on his throne, right? So it's kind of an interesting kind of question to ask. Like, what would someone who's, you know, like that have something like that ingrained on his throne of all things, right? Well, that's because actually he may be stern, but he's actually, very much, how can I put it? He has a lot of depth to him, right? But anyway, that's by the by. I really just want to focus on the butterfly here, as in to be kind of like a message of, in the future, you're going to experience, in the near future as well. I'm not sure if I said that. You're going to experience kind of like an awakening of sorts. Again, talking about clarity, you know now, right? Clarity can represent kind of like awakening because now you know, whereas before you was kind of like foggy and you weren't sure and you were asleep, so to speak. So I just feel like you're entering a time soon where you're going to know more, you're going to kind of like have clarification on things, and I do feel like it's to do with your life purpose, essentially. I do feel that. So moving on, we have the three of wands in your self position. So this is how you are showing up to the situation. The three of wands is a card of empowerment. Your ship's coming in, so to speak. That means fruition. Things are coming to fruition. Your chickens are coming home to roost. You know, whatever the saying is. So it just feels like things that you have been working on for a long time are basically coming home now. You know, the eagle has landed, right? And it's and so what else can it mean? It can represent also momentum. It can represent um, having strong foundations already built, and now you're able to like kind of spring off of them. I definitely feel that here for you. And finally, it can represent mm, yeah, high productivity paying off. So I do feel like you are being very productive right now. You are doing the things you need to do in order to progress, and you're doing your part. So that looks really good. I think I'm going to spend a lot of time in here, or at least I could, because mm, I'm picking up magician energy here as well. Because I do feel like, because obviously the wands, that strong magician energy. I just feel like you're like Harry Potter right now, like weaving your magic, honestly. You're doing what you need to do in order to progress. And yeah, it's just a very magical time, I think, for you. It's almost like you're discovering your magical abilities or something, right? And also, I do want to touch on this for a moment. The yellow in the background can, I believe anyway, I want to clarify this, but I do think it also means like it commonly represents kind of like overwhelming success, success that cannot be stopped, essentially. So that looks really positive. In the area of your environment, that is people, places, etc., energies overall, the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is a card of a call to action. It's a card of conflict. Mm, what else? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, victory, kind of just overcoming things, being committed to a cause, uh, decisiveness. For you though, I just feel like it's this overall energy of overcoming the devil, honestly. It's like this is you, this is the people in your environment. It's not difficult to see it. It could also represent windy kind of like maybe like how can I put it? Tumultuous kind of times outside, in terms of like your environment, etc. Maybe this could be talking about the environment being kind of like this devil energy, you know, this energy of trying to kind of like blow you off your horse, so to speak. You know, this is there's this energy of kind of like trying to drag you down. And yeah, I just feel like it's you, honestly, becoming victorious over the devil energy again. The energies that previously may have kind of I'm getting pulled you back down with them, with it even. But I don't feel like this is one of those times. I feel like, as I say, I feel like with the star in the recent past, I feel like those times are over now, you know? So, looks really good. The Two of Cups is showing up as your hopes and fears. Interesting one. So, the Two of Cups is a card of harmony, an emotional bond, perhaps, uh, partnership, attraction, a romantic connection. Hmm. Huh. How can I? What am I getting with this card? It's an interesting one. Did I show you? I don't know if I showed you. I always kind of forget if I do or not. So here it is again, at least. Um. Hmm. I, okay, so I got it here. So it's not even really about this necessarily. It could be talking about unity, but I just feel like it's talking about this here, almost like the caduceus kind of the lion with the wings, etc. I just feel like it's talking about kind of like again life purpose. It's almost like you're wondering if this is really what the universe wants you to do right now. You know, if this is if you're kind of like aligned. It could represent alignment as well. This card, I feel, because the whole scene in general seems very kind of like well harmonious rather, in balance and kind of like what was I going to say? Um, Aligned, right? It feels very aligned. But I just feel like there's this energy here of you wanting to kind of find your purpose, the thing that you're meant to do, the thing that God wants you to do, you know, so to speak, and the thing that the universe wants to, sorry, God source, right? God source wants to birth through you, right? Out into the world. So I feel like there's this energy here, hopes and fears. I feel like in the past you've kind of feared, am I really kind of on track here? Am I really, what doing what I'm supposed to be doing, etc. And so there was this energy of doubting that. And there's also this energy of hoping for the case, for that to be the case, right? Hoping that you are on the right track, etc. So I just felt like it's talking about that really. But so moving on, in your potential outcome, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of feeling secure in your environment, having security in your environment, kind of like, how can I put it, being stable and independent. It's also a card of being slow and slowing down and kind of just taking the moment to just enjoy things and what you have and appreciate and kind of being gratitude. It's also a card of having kind of comforts in your life. So, you know, um, having like not going without essentially, always having like, the things that you need, right? And it's also a card of, yeah, I talked about it before, enjoyment, and it's also a card of success. So again, with this yellow energy, which I talked about earlier, it's like this kind of like sun energy, the yellow sun, just kind of like overwhelming success. It's also a card of kind of entrepreneurship, and the story here with this card is that she basically makes her living through, I think it's, producing wine from the grapes, and obviously that takes quite a while to do. No plant really like grows overnight, right? Especially fruits, right? And I just feel like it's kind of saying to you that I feel like this is kind of your future, right? Obviously, this is potential outcome, so it's in the future position, and I just feel like it's saying you don't have to worry. Like you're doing great. This is you're on track. This is what you're supposed to be doing, and you're going to be heavily rewarded for it in a material way, and much more, of course. But predominantly, this is talking about the material aspect of things. And I just feel like this definite. I just feel like it's honestly definite. Like and you're on track and you're doing great. You're doing great, and you have a lot to look forward to. In your outcome, we have the Three of Cups. Right off the bat, I just feel like these are going together, and I just feel like they're not in contradiction at all. And it's just really a time to celebrate, and I just feel like you're gonna have a lot of reason to celebrate in the near future. And it looks really positive. This is a beautiful reading, honestly. And Yeah, let's just run through that again quickly. So the Three of Cups, it can represent collaboration. Maybe it is that you're going to actually collaborating with someone else or many. It could represent a time of celebration, as I talked to you about already. It can represent kind of like your social circle. Uh, it can represent having a party, maybe having a party in the near future. And I just feel like it's just nothing but positivity, honestly. I feel like you're overcoming the devil. Um, and I feel like you're being lit on fire. I feel like you're being uh, not literally, obviously, but I just feel like it's time to overcome the devil and enter kind of like this new phase, new chapter, the new story that wants to be written through you, right? And yeah, and it's a magical time. It's a magical time for you. With the Eight of Wands here as well, for your kind of overall kind of energies. But yeah, brilliant. Okay, Scorpio, this was a pleasure to do this reading for you right now. If you enjoyed it, if this was for you, if you got something out of it, definitely hit that like button, subscribe. I do these readings. I'm trying to do them every single day. Okay, so you can expect 2 to 3 readings per month for a single sign. I do all signs, so you don't have to worry about that. And yeah, you can also donate to me if that's your bag, if that's what you want to do. And yeah, okay. Well, this was a pleasure, and you take it easy, okay? This was Indra Montes. See you later. Bye bye.